Okay, so hold on. Lagging. Okay. Anyway, so for this lesson, and those of you who watch this are probably not, all my students, which the student I am teaching right now wanted to see an assassin made. So I will start out with just this basic guy for the assassin. He already kind of looks like an assassin. Right now, what I'm going to teach you are the basics of making a character, which first, this character, as opposed from this one, which I was making earlier, is going to be visible. If you make it invisible, the body, and everything that is automatically attached to the character will not be able to be seen, but things you attach afterwards, or even before, I believe, will be able to be seen. So, for an example, I will test this. Which I'll just, for the heck of it, I will play as this character because it is one of my favorite characters. It's a big baby. Anyway, that's those toilet paper. I forgot how I programmed it to do that, but there's a problem with the throwing out of the way, as you can see. But anyway, as you can see here, oh yes, and first thing to point out is some small pieces that you attach can only be seen when you're up close. So as you can see, I cannot see it from here, but when I get closer, I can see the little face. Um, Now, when you are, ignore those signs. Those are for later, and ignore that knife that, for whatever reason, is coming out of the side of that, which is not supposed to be there. Anyway, so as you can see, I attached it to a squirrel, and the squirrel is invisible. So, and I'll just kill it, and after you kill it, the things disappear with everything. This guy, whose brain I removed, is still here. So, everything, of course, is visible, and I won't bother killing him because he probably has a lot of health. If you kill him, he'll go away as well. So anyway, I'll get back to editing. So anyway, making this assassin... Oops. Hold on. Let me set down a new one because I accidentally changed the height of this one. Now, as you can see, you have to remove the brain, or after you start testing it, the character will move around and won't stay still. But it's fine if you wanted to have a brain, because it's not like he's going to move around in editing. He will move with the basic animation he's been given, but that's alright. Now, this character, my student wants me to make an assassin fully armored with a red hood, an assassin's blade, a bow, and a left arm shield. Now, this assassin, I'll say right now, for character designs in the Hive, character behavior, like him making his assassin blade come out and things like that, will need to be programmed by the programmer. They handle character behavior. But right now, I can make the basic idea of what the character will look like. And it's important to know that so right now this character has a basic size. If I'm going to attach something to him, some of the things that you attach to him will not be able to be shrunk. He will not be able to be shrunk after you attach something to him. And other objects will not be able to be shrunk past a certain size. So sometimes, as a good example will be for here, for this zombie I made, which was just, a basic idea of a different type of zombie. As you can see, I put the little logs attached to him to be like flesh. This is the smallest the logs go, so if he was a normal size zombie, he would not have had the logs the correct size. They just would have been massive on him. So I had to make him bigger. So if you try to shrink this guy, he will not shrink. See, he's on scale 483. He will get bigger, but he will not get smaller, which I will make him back to what he was and place him back down so he doesn't go away. Now, important thing to know is when you're attaching something to a character, first you can do this. Just for an example, I'll just use this acorn. Oh yes, but before I say what I was going to say, always make sure there is no brain on whatever you are attaching. And when you edit it, go to properties and go to physics. Make the collidable off, or then it will just smack the character and send him flying through, the entire map. And put the physics type on character, so that way if it hits him, it will be, it will be like if a character is punching him and will not send him flying. Now anyway, when you are attaching something, you can use this attach tool, which is good for when there are not anything attached to the character immediately. So like, let's say for this guy, if you're attaching something to his shoulder, it will be harder because his shoulder here is blocked, which he doesn't always look like that. That's just because when you are in edit mode, I don't know if the saving is going to prevent me from speaking. Okay, anyway, when you are in edit mode, you can see the character that is, invisible, but it shows him as kind of transparent, so you know he's invisible. Anyway, so when you're attaching something to the shoulder, like him, he's a better example. His shoulder is completely blocked, so you will not be able to attach it very easily. You might be able to kind of get it to attach, but anyway, it'll be hard. When you're attaching with the acorn, you click on it, right click, and then you attach it to where you want. Just for an example, I'll just put it to his shoulder, and now as you can see, it is moving with him because it is currently attached. You can click it and do it again, and then it will be unattached. And then you can click it and attach it somewhere else. But if you click and try to attach it somewhere else immediately, it will just unattach. It will not attach to the other part. So you click here, and then you can reattach it to the shoulder. Now, I believe if you can delete this, but it will not delete the character. But I'll head back for the example. But if you delete him, it will delete the acorn as well. So, in other words, if it is attached to the character, whatever it is being attached to, if it is deleted, it will go away. But the item being attached will not go away. So, actually, I don't need the acorn. Now I will start making the assassin. So they want the red hood. So first, character suiting. For this character in particular, clothing is good. So as you can see, the head, I don't own any of these other things because I just never bought them. I didn't even know these other things existed. But anyway, the hood will be fine. For the chest, depending on what you want. For this example, I will be using, let's see. I think this is good for this example. The back doesn't need anything. The hands, the gloves probably shouldn't be on except if they're the Squire gloves because those are better. Because the other ones are bulky and might get in the way. The pants can just be whatever at this point. It doesn't really matter depending on the shoes you're using. Excuse me. And the boots can be any boots. I guess the peasant boots serve the best purpose here. Anyway, you can add a weapon to the character, which will serve a purpose when you're attaching weapons to them, but weapon attachments is for something later. It won't, at the moment, it doesn't matter, so there will be no weapon attached to them. So eventually, yeah, they'll stand back to the way they were. Here it will be, when I'm attaching the weapon, they want the arm blade, so that will just be cosmetic. It will not actually serve a purpose. It will when it is programmed, but as I've said before, I'm not really a programmer, so I'm a character designer, so I'll continue making this. The first thing you want to do is, well, color the clothing. So you'll go on the clothing, you'll press Y to go to color mode, and then you'll enter the color. Now, something I really wish they would add on Project Spark is copying, and pasting a color on something else, but they don't have that. So in order to make it similar, all the colors similar, you're going to have to just do your best. There might be a feature to actually do that, as there's this bottom thing down here that I'm not sure how to use. But anyway, for the lesson, I'll just do this. They want a red hood. So just a tip, when you're making a character, you don't want it to be entirely bright. You can do this, left and right on the D-pad to fade it out so you'll make it a lighter color. Anyway, for an assassin, of course, you don't want it entirely bright, so I'll make it a darker color. So as you can see, the number, I can't point to it because it's being directly recorded. The number is R133, G0, B0, and A255, or the hashtag or pound, whatever you want to call it, is 850,000. So I'll remember that for when I'm making this. I could always make that. So 850,000 is good, so I'll set it there. The leather, to I could make it, hold on, let me, hold on, bring this all the way to the bottom. Now see, the problem is aligning it perfectly. And it's good too, so I'm getting it to like almost. See, if you look, it's almost completely aligned. It's just like the slightest bit off, but it's not even noticeable. So if you want it to be like that, that'll be fine. Just for this, I'll make it black to add kind of a definition to the end of the hood. The chest color, of course, you don't. If the hood is there, it's not like the hood is a separate hat, so you'll want it to be similar to what he has. So the rest I will make near the same color red, which will need to be dragged down. I turned off my mic for a second. Sometimes you might hear me sniffling. That's just because I'm a little congested today. Anyway, getting it to wherever the heck it was supposed to be, which is about here. Oh, perfect. Haha, got you. Anyway, so as you can see, there are a lot of things here, which if I put this in a YouTube video, I'll probably end up speeding up what it is. You'll want to, anyway, this is the trim. So since it's, as you can see, the hood trim is black, so you'll want to make this black as well, unless you want to make it something different. You're not, you know, forced to do it. Anyway, this is the underside, which for this, I will just make it the same red best I can. La la la, lee lee lee, making it the correct thing. And as you, okay, there we go. The scarf, it doesn't really matter at the moment because the scarf is separate, so it can be anything. So I'll just, for the assassin, I'll just make it a white scarf, I guess, just to add a little contrast to the character. But that's a very bright, so I'll make it a little bit on the gray side so it's not so bright. There we go. The patches, which Project Spark has this thing where they add in random patches and things, because on the patches they add swirls, as you can see on the back of the character, because that's the thing, they just add swirls to everything. So I will try to make it as best I can to the actual color of the other thing. The stitching, you know, same thing, try to make it the closest so it's not really noticeable. The bag, which are the bags on the side, can just be a darker brown, which for browns, you can make browns with the red by going down, you make darker browns. Or you can go to orange, which makes, you know, you can make easily make lighter color browns, but of course they have a bit of an orange tint. So for this one, I'll make it about this. This is good brown. The metal doesn't really matter. Right now the metal's on gray. You know, you can make it white to make it look like iron, gray to make it look like steel. If you make it blue, you can make it like this with kind of a bluish tint, which makes it look like a kind of different color iron, which they use on some of their characters. But for this, I will just be making it gray, just, you know, to be simple. The shirt leather, which is, oh yes, that's something I forgot to mention. The patches, since it's the shirt, the patches will be for everything. So the white patch is fine. It's not really, you know, obstructing the character or anything. So I will be, what was this again? The shirt leather. Leather is on the shirt. I'm kind of forgetting what that is. Let me just mess around with this color until, oh, was that it? Okay, I don't know what this is. I forgot what this is attached to and I can't find it, so I'll just leave that black just for safety. Now, down here, the left and right bumper thing, as I've said, I'm not sure if this is their form of copying and pasting colors. So let me just, for this, let me just make it red. Okay, and if I go here, yeah, the number, these are just, I think, colors that they preset for you to use if you so chose. But anyway, I'll just leave that on the red. Back doesn't have anything attached, so it doesn't matter. So you'll be using the hands. So the hands can be, as you can see, first of all, the character, his wrists kind of show, or at least near the wrists on his forearm. So you can kind of, yeah, you know, color his skin to match it if you want to, but then of course that would make his face the same color, which we'll get into that later. Right now for the gloves can just be, whatever you want. Of course, you don't want it to be completely different from the character, you know, so you don't want like this, like neon green gloves, unless you want him to have been bathing in toxic stuff or something. But anyway, you will be making him the things, I guess, black gloves with like red or gray or something. Like black with gray will be fine, but since the character is red, like the clothing, I want to kind of keep it the same. But for the gloves, I'll make it a darker red, so it's not entirely matching with it. You can make it, you know, matched, but I just like the way this is now. Of course, the stitching I'll make gray, or maybe white. Nah, white's too white. I'll make it gray. Excuse me if I sniffled. And the legs, you know, you can just make it black. But see, if you make it black, from certain angles, it will completely merge with the character. So you might want to make it a kind of a dark gray, because then if you do this, then it will just kind of look like his leg is attached to the cloak, which can be weird. So I'll make this a dark gray. Just a second, I've got to blow my nose. Anyway, I'm back. Now, the feet, you know, you can make the boots whatever color. As you can see, it's already kind of preset on the orange. I want to make it a kind of darker brown. So the shoe bottoms honestly don't really matter unless you're going to be doing something like this. The character is going to be flying or something. So I'll just make it black. But as you can see, it does, kind of like at the tip of the shoe, as you can see on the bottom, if you look all the way there, it will change that. So of course you don't want to, as I said before, joke around, make it neon green or something like that. So I'll just make it black. The stitches will be, you know, you should, if you don't want them to be seen, you'll want to kind of make them the same color as what was before. The clip, which is just that tiny thing there, it doesn't matter. I'll just leave that the same color. The boot straps, you can use it to add a little more definition to the character, because as you can see, if you make it the same color, they're harder to see, and then they're just, you know, it just kind of looks like the boot bulks out. So I'll make it a brighter brown to add definition, or if you want to add like a signature color to the character, you can make it the same red as the stuff at the top, you know. But right now I'll just make it the brown. So up we go, and here we save. The boot cuffs are just those part there, which you will want to make about the same color as the boots down there. Now, as I said before, you can attach a weapon to him, but that will not be important right now because this is purely cosmetic. But right here, oh yes, and by the way, I'm making this on the 1, so that's why I'm saying things like I'm using the D-pad and stuff. So they want, as my student said, they want me to show them making with a red hood, you know, so check, an assassin blade, which I'll be making on the arm, and a left arm shield, which will be here. So now we will head over to making attachments, and I'll say it again for when you're making attachments. I'll show you how to do that in a second. You want to make sure the physics are correct, so you can attach separately. Just for this, for an example, I will be attaching it separately from the character. So this is where it gets kind of tricky, because you want to make it, like, you know, you can use these things as shapes to make the character. You can attach it, you know, whatever you have. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you, I'm in Free Characters DLC. This is my game you can find on Project Spark. Which in Free Characters DLC, these are just, this is a brain box that Mescad teaches. He's a popular YouTuber who works for Team Dakota, who, teaches you how to make the character switches and everything, but that's not important right now. Just so I wanted to tell you that. These things here all have an item that is purchased through DLC. So him, for example, he has the hay to kind of add the tears and the pumpkin seed for the tears. He has the pumpkin seeds on the side, which I use for the shoulder blades and everything. As you can see, these are the characters. This dragon is basic dragon. I don't I handle that. The attachments, I'll teach you about the attachment things in a second, but as you can see, it's just basic. The things don't move quite with him. That's for the programmer's job when he's adding personality to the character, making these things move on paths and all that, which is something separate. But anyway, these characters, all these characters you can take from the game and use them for your things. But anyway, back to here. Oh yes, I forgot while I was doing the example. As you can see, this guy's helmet is made up of like 2 hammers colored similarly and the bucket. And over here, this part, because, hold on, this part here is made up of the mushroom top because it didn't have 2 shield things at the side and I wanted it to have it, so I added that there. When you're doing, making something, you can just add one thing. So for example, if I'm making the arm shield, this will not be the final arm shield. That is a message to my student, so they don't get disappointed and think I got lazy or something. You can just add this, attach and all that, but then you can attach things to this and then attach it to the arm, or just attach them all to the same part of the thing, of the character, to add more uniqueness to the shield. For now, I will just be scrolling through and think of something good for a arm shield. Oh yes, as I said before, some things don't shrink to the size you want them to, so I can't use this as an arm shield. Oops, I went into the brain rather than deleting it. I can make this character... Hold on, it's saving. Anyway, I can make this character bigger and attach the arm shield, which would be completely fine, but then that's to say that every other, every game you make needs to be in proportion with this character, so everything needs to be made larger than what it is, which could possibly add lagging to the game. So I will make this back to 100 best I can. I don't want... Okay, there we go. Now, for the attachment, as I said for the example, I will be separately attaching this. Which, for the shield, you want kind of an assassin shield, so I will try to make it assassin shield-like on the left arm. La la la, la la li li, what's a good assassin shield for me? Of course, I'll be attaching things, like I won't be just adding one thing to it, so I'll be adding more depth to it. Let me head back to that emerald, because the emerald was kind of good. Where'd it go? Where are you? I know you're here. There you are. Haha, caught you. Anyway, so I'll be placing that down. Now, properties, always do this, because sometimes I forget to do this, and it's a real pain. Make the collidable off, so it doesn't smack the characters around, and make the physics type character. Now, you're going to want to align it with the arm as best as you can. Now, something to know, when you're separately attaching this, this character will keep moving like he's breathing and everything, which means you'll have to attach it when, by timing it. Though when you're attaching something to him by going into his properties, you will be attaching it to the arm. So it will, he'll stop moving and then you can attach it. So, for this, I don't want it so big, because it's like an assassin shield, so, I picture that a little slimmer, so I'll be making this small. So, this is something important. I'm going to be attaching 2 of these to each other to make it a little longer. You could do this, but then, you'll have to attach it, go through attaching it and everything, and then it'll be attached. But here's the issue with that. You'll have to color both of them. So, oops. Oopsie me. I made an oopsie. Anyway, I'll just replace it, redo the brain, physics and everything. That's about right. So you'll want to, oh yes, and also, by adding something new, you'll have to redo the physics all over again. Hold on. Edit, properties, physics, off, character, There we go. So the best thing to do is to put one and then attach another one to it by duplicating it. So that's, that's the best way to do it after coloring it. So properties, appearance. When you go to appearance in these objects, it will take you to the coloring thing as well. So for the shield, I will make it not red because the character is red, so I don't want it to be overkill. So I'll be making it a brown. So I'll make it this brown. And of course, you want to make it somewhat the same. For this, if you want to add dimension or something to it, you can make it a darker brown, which I will for this. Well, in this case, it would be black, but I don't want it to be black. Which, that's good. Really dark brown. So, just for a second, I want to test something. I'm pretty sure you can attach something to it directly from an object like this, not through, but not like making a character. I think it's different. Appearance, movement, no, comment. No, I don't think you can. Anyway, so, which that's another plus side to attaching it to a character. You can, attach things, to just the character's body part and align everything, and it kind of makes it easier in some cases. I will be rotating this, so, hold on, I want to put in an angle about this so I can align it properly. Be rotating it so it doesn't look too lopsided, because see, the emerald kind of bends. So just match it up best I can, which is about like this. Okay, so that, it's kind of a dark shield, but that's fine. So, as you can see, it's not completely aligned, so before attaching it, I'll try to align it a little better. Now I just want to double check that the physics are right. Properties, physics, yes, they are correct. Now I will be attaching it. There we go. Now it's attached. And now you'll want to attach this piece to the character. So see, when I go to attach him, he stops moving, which is helpful. Now see, if you attach it to the wrist, it will, see, I can attach it to the elbow, the hand, or the wrist. With this, I think it has more attachment options when you're attaching it like this. When you're attaching it from the character, it has the head, the shoulder, the chest or back, or the waist, which, or each hip you could always do. But when you're here for this, it will be good to attach it to there. Now see, hold on, there was a bit of a problem with the attachment, so let me reattach. Oh, I see what I did. I was supposed to attach this to that. Okay, there, that was the error I made. Anyway, I'll be realigning this thanks to my little mistake. And it is saving, so I will wait until it's done saving because I can't possibly do anything. Now I will be aligning this. Oh yes, and if any of you are like lagging out, because I see the viewer count is constantly changing, but it keeps going back to the number it was before. I'll be putting this on YouTube on my channel, Hive King. For my student. So if you guys want to see it from there, you can. Now see, I don't want it to be, of course, going into him. So I'm going to angle it so it goes kind of at his side. It's an assassin shield, so it's not like a full-length shield. You want to make sure you're rotating it correctly, which I am not doing. There we go. Now, see, it goes into him a little bit, so I want to rotate it the x-axis to kind of align it better. It will, from the way his clothes are, go into him a bit. And this is not the finished shield, by the way. Now, as you can see, as he moves, which I will test from here, the shield moves with him, which is what you want. So anyway, this is my character selection thing. As you can see, the picture on some of these are kind of wonky, just because that's what it did. So for this, I will be using Mike Wazowski from Monsters University and Monsters Inc. Anyway, him, I forgot to change the collidable thing, so it might send the character flying. As you can see, when you punch, it will stay with him. some of the attachments will be kind of wonky because you can't attach them perfectly. So like, as you can see with the skeleton, the claws, some like kind of detach a little bit when you hit them. That's just the way Project Spark is programmed. Which, if you want to, you could of course petition them to add more specified attachments, like attached to each finger or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, it attaches to him. Now I will continue editing. Now you will want to, oh wait, he wouldn't have moved. You will want to attach, more things to this, to the shield to make it more, more unique, nicer. So, for the shield, I will be just adding, more cosmetics to it, which, for this, I'll be, what should I add to this? Oh, I remember what I was going to do. When I get back to it, you can be stupid and add a wooden sheep to it. I will not be stupid. I will not be doing that, but I probably will end up doing that because now I got the idea too. Now, you want, to remember that you can connect things closely to make them look different. But that's not what I will be doing. I might have just passed what I wanted, which I'm not sure what it's named as, so I don't, I'll try searching for it. I think it was the ingot, so I'll just search iron. Nope, that is not it. So, la la la, going through this slowly, because I always skip over what I'm looking for. There we are, metal bar. Anyway, so this, if you wanted to, you could have just added this as a shield, because as you can see, it's even kind of the same size. But then it removes kind of the creativity. Then when people see it, they'll just say, oh, that's just a metal bar. So, so what I'll be doing is I'll be shrinking. Oh, hold on. This isn't shrinking to the right size. Forget I said that. Now, oh, you know what? No, what I can just do, as I said before, it will be neat. The game will be. My tongue is flipping over today. Anyway, it won't. He will not be able to be shrunk after this, so he'll be kind of big. But that's, as I said, that's just for proportion. Now, when you make a character bigger, sometimes there are issues. Right now, there isn't an issue entirely. As you can see, the shield, it's messing up a little bit. Hey, he shrunk more. They don't usually shrink more than they usually were. But anyway, as you can see, the shield part moves, so it's important that you make it the correct size when you start making it. I will be making him, what scale is this? 230? 230 for this. Now I will realign this, to make it better. That's good. Now the bar at its smallish size will be used to add kind of style to the shield, so I'll be attaching it there. So now it moves with it. Oh yes, something important, very important to know, it's a personal thing, it doesn't have to do with the game, that this might get cut off because I sometimes have bad internet, and other times my power goes out, so it's been fine right now, but I'm really hoping it won't, excuse me, it won't have any problem. Now for this, of course, I told you, oh yes, I forgot, I will change the physics in a second. You want to, make it, you want to change the physics to the correct thing, so I'll just be, as you can see, they're not exactly the same, but it's okay. 79,500. I'll just try to make it closer so it doesn't add contrast or anything. This is about good. So as you can see, oh yes, first, I refuse to forget this again. It's a huge pain needing to change like 400 attachments to the thing you wanted as your preference. This, I can be attaching them like this. Of course, I need to angle it correctly. so at this angle or something. I will be rotating it for, definition on the side. You'll see what I'm doing now, because of course if you look at it here, then it kind of has a space in between it, but I'm going to fix that by adding more of them. You want to align them properly, best you can, and yeah, this is going well. Now that one was kind of off aligned, but it's fine because it just doesn't really matter too much. I can always realign it, but just the way this thing is slanting, it would be kind of difficult. It's important to know that if a hold on, I should show you an example for this one. If you here, I can grab the things easily, but if it's too close to the character, who's a good example? Him. Like let's say, see, I have these little pieces attached to him for like kind of bigger screws on him. I can't see this little screw here. I can't grab it. Okay, first, this guy will not stop moving. It's really irritating me. There. Okay, if I wanted to, I missed. I could grab it, but it makes it difficult to grab it when it's too close to the body. Sometimes if it's too close, you can't even grab it at all. It makes it impossible. So like inside here, I have something attaching his neck. I can't grab it at all because it's technically inside the character. So I would need to go into, see, I'm grabbing the entire character. I would need to go into edit. Hold on, it is saving. I have my autosave on so I don't lose anything. I have to go to edit, go into properties. Oh no, go into Character Studio, go to attachments. As you can see, I have a lot of attachments. And I'll need to scroll all the way down to whatever I believe it was the Rustic Capola, or however the heck you say that, somewhere inside him. And grab it to move it. But anyway, back to here, I will be continuing to attach the metal bars. Hold on, I think that offset a little bit. Now, see the shield slants up a little bit. So, here, this part on the right goes higher than the other. So you don't want to do this. I mean, you might want to, but if you want it to be as symmetrical as possible, sometimes it's better to just align it, which what I'll be doing is aligning it with the thing to the other side. Oh yes, in case any of you didn't know, this lesson here that I'm doing is for the what's it called? I forgot. For my Hive Clan, which is the Hive Clan on Project Spark, it's on another game. But for this, I'm teaching someone who is considered a junior Spark, which is a junior Hive member who is learning how to do character design, because I do, character design. Other guys in the thing do that as well. But we're learning character design. That's what this lesson is for. So they can become a full-fledged member and then teach their own students if they so chose. Now, I'll be attaching this best I can. And oh yes, and if any of you want to join the Project Spark Hive Clan, it's important to know that it is on the Xbox One. So if any of you want to message me, my account name is Kiss of Death 0092, and that is oh, I forgot to tell you. See this? The way it's attaching? It will be attaching to the last object that was placed. So if you keep placing, it will just keep attaching like that. But this will be fine because it is all anchored to the single object. So I'll be tilting this a little bit. Anyway, so my account name is Kiss of Death 0092. All lowercase and all one word. So and here's kind of where I hit an issue, because I'll be kind of leaving a space there. That's alright though, because I'll be attaching something else there. As you can see, we kind of have hold on, it's saving once more. Joy. Okay. As you can see, we have a custom shield here, which which is the custom assassin shield, which I could end if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So I want to add, make it a little more unique. So I'll be doing, see the fighter sword? Oh yes, and something, always remember to remove the brain of something if you're attaching it to something else, unless you want it to have that. So, oh, I see, it's flashing when it touches the character. That explains what the other thing was doing. Now, I will be shrinking this a little bit. Just a little bit to kind of, now, with this, oh, hold on, brain. Well, physics, actually. Properties, physics, off, character, there we go. Now I will be doing this. This? Yeah. Which I'm aligning these, like this. Oh yes, and sometimes it's good to do this, what I'm doing. Make sure you pre-align whatever you're doing sometimes, and then attach it to, whoops, hold on, something went wrong. Yep, something definitely went wrong. Oh, I think I pulled the wrong thing. I refer to it as an anchor, what it will be pulling everything else. So this sword, which I cannot seem to realign, which is a pain in the butt, is anchored to this one. So see, if I move this one, it will move with it. Now, I will, and I forgot to do something else. I forgot to recolor this. So I'll be deleting this one. Edit, properties, appearance. For the blade, I'll want it to be like a brighter blade color. Now this isn't, the rope part isn't really supposed to be attached, so I'll try to make it kind of the same color so it will disappear. And this part, the handle isn't even supposed to be seen, so I'll just be making it the same color as well, just in case any part pokes out. Now, I'll align this once more. I will attach this piece to this piece, and, since I'm attaching it to this, then I'll have to hold this one, and I'll align it with the, what? This is actually something better to do. I'll just attach this to the shield, and then I'll align it now. And once more, when you're aligning it, we'll stop it from moving. This is just simply to add, hold on, I need to tilt it. Hold on, it's not letting me, hold on a minute. I wonder if it's my left bumper. Yeah, it must have, or maybe because it was saving, it wasn't letting me get to the tilting. Anyway, so now, see, it's kind of poking out. I don't want that, so I have to do it like this. Now, see, on this side, which won't really be able to be seen, it kind of pokes out. But that's much better than it poking out in the front. Now I'll, whoops, I moved the wrong thing. Okay. So now I'll just be adding this to kind of add design to the shield. This one I will, I'll move this. It wasn't supposed to poke out, as I said before. And now, attach thing. I'll do. My tongue is not obeying me today. I'll attach things. This is, if I can make it small, I'll use this. Small enough. Yeah, I can attach this to the. This might not be small enough, and I'm not going to make it bigger because, as I showed you before, it has enlargement issues, as well as sometimes, the things, it can't shrink any further. This is too big, but I could attach it to the shield to add design to it. But what I will be doing instead is I will be adding, let's see, what can I add to this? Oh, I know. Adding a smelting pot, which I will now tilt with the Z-axis, and I will resize So it's nice and teeny, which since it's teeny, you won't be able to see it easily, you know, unless you get close to the character, like I said before. This character was made bigger, though, so it will probably be much easier to see it than, you know, with the pumpkin monster down there. Properties, physics. Off. Character. There we go. Now, I want this to kind of add design to it, so I'll be making it like the gold. I will attach this to this piece. Oh yes, and a problem with attaching it to smaller things to something like that is you have to be careful when you're grabbing it, because I could accidentally grab something in the background and mess it up. So sometimes it's good to do this in a more open area. I put him here in the corner, which isn't exactly an open area, but when I'm angled like this, I don't have the risk of grabbing something behind, because there is nothing behind. Sorry, I sniffled. That's why my mic went out for a second. Now I'll angle. Hold on while it saves. Stretch. Okay, now I will be angling this a little more. Just a little more. And be attaching it when it is angled properly. So let me make sure. Yeah, that's good. Oh yes, and you want to make sure that if you don't have to, don't attach too many things to your character, because if you do, it could take up too much space in the game. And if it takes up too much space in the game, then you're going to need to purchase the Creative World Builder, and if you're like me, you don't have money for that, so at the moment anyway, so you won't want to do that. This is, you know, as I said, for design. So I'll just add it like that. Oh, and I got a reward. Yay. That's a bonus as well. You get rewards for this. Okay, so that could be the shield. This is the assassin shield on the left arm. And now the final thing is the arm blade, which I could technically make the shield also the arm blade, but I don't want to do that. For this, I will be attaching things to the character, so you know. So as you can see, the emerald is the only thing attached to it, but everything is attached to the emerald. So I'll add new. This will be to the right arm, which will be attaching to the hand. So for the arm blade, I can just use a knife, but I won't be doing that. Something quite like that. I'll be doing something. Excuse me. This should be good. So I'll see, this is where you attach it to. See, as you can see, I can't attach to the wrist in this menu, but I could if I was separately attaching it. But that doesn't matter. I'll just be attaching it to the hand. As you can see, the log is massive, which does not serve its purpose. Which, teeny serves its purpose. So, I will, this is just what I will be building on for the arm blade. Which, as I said, sometimes it's good to build it separately from the body to attach it and everything, and then you attach pieces to this, and then you align it with the body part. But in this case, I want to make sure I don't make anything go inside the character's hand. Well, you know, too much, because as you can see, it's already going a little bit inside the hand, but it has to. But when attaching it to the character, you want to absolutely make sure that I'm forgetting what I was going to say. That when I'm attaching it here, you want to make sure that the pieces aren't all going to be mushed into his hand so you can't see them, which will then make your work null and void. So, properties, physics, off, character. Now, I'll leave the log the color it is now, because that's fine, you know, for its purpose. As you can see, it is moving with the hand. So I will continue attaching Character Studios attachment to his right hand to add design to the arm blade. Oh yes, and as you can see, I'm not amazing with the character design. Like, I do well enough. So you don't have to be absolutely amazing with them. You don't have to knock people's socks off after, they see your thing every time. So don't worry about it if your things aren't, amazing, because you'll get better. Because some of my characters I've made have issues that I need to work out. But, for now, it's, completely fine. Like, this character is one of my, better ones, so to speak. Now, as I said, I will be leaving this out here, and I will be changing its physics, property, physics, off, character, brain editor. Make sure, yes, this one doesn't have brain, because sometimes this is used as, sometimes this is used as a weapon, so I don't want it to read as a weapon. I'll be adding this. Now, you might be thinking that it's completely useless to add this here, because he already kind of has that flippy foldy thingy on his glove. But this is to show that it is different from, oh yes, and what I could do, I just attached it directly to the arm, which, is fine. What I could do, I just want to say this before I forget, is I could attach something like this to it, so this is the part that's attaching to his arm, which actually I will do that, because I like the way that looks. So I'll be, remember that detached it, now I'll reattach it. Properties appearance. I'll be making this a darker gray, everything a darker gray. So it, so it looks like a kind of metal. Now I will be attaching this to the arm. And I will also be, this is something that I do sometimes. I detach something if I like the color, or if I don't want to redo the physics or something, and then I will reattach it. Oh yes, as you can see, it's harder to attach it to the wrist now. Which, there we go. Oh wait, but now I have to do it again. Missed. There we go. Oh, you know what? That might be attaching to the forearm, not the wrist. If so, whatever. Wonder if my left bumper has problems. No, I think it's just a game. Saving. Okay. Seems after the game saves, I lose a few viewers, but whatever, because they keep coming back. Now, might be that it makes it lag out. I will attach this about here. Oops. Edit. You're moving the log a little further up. More to the middle. And, yeah. Now, edit, character studio, attachments, add new. So now for the arm blade, I want to make it, blade-like. So I had the goblin spike at the, did I skip the, no, here's the right hand. I'll be adding the goblin spike at the end to make it, bladey. Now, from here, as you can see, I can't zoom in. It is impossible for me to zoom in when I'm attaching something like this. So sometimes I will leave it out and then grab it, leave it unattached in terms of being actually touching the character. Leave it out and then drag it. Now, I will be editing its, when I grab it, I will be editing its properties once more. Physics off, character, brain, because this is a weapon, it's important to use that, or they'll just, whoops, people will just be able to pull it off of the character and wield it as a weapon, which is absolutely not what you want. So I will be attaching this here to kind of make it like a speary kind of thing. My student, I really hope you appreciate this. I know you're in Vietnam and everything, but this is a hard lesson. Well, not really. but it's just time consuming. Some characters are a lot harder to make, especially when you're making a character that is modeled after another thing that exists, like a character you see on TV or something. Those are a lot harder to make. Now, that's about good. So as I said before, retracting the arm blade and everything, that is for the programmers. That's a programmer's job. This is basically main concept. Like, this is how you want the shield to look. This is how you want the arm blade to look. I'm not done with it, but I'm just saying this as an example. This is what you know, for the Hive, when we're working together and make a game, this is basically the character designer's job is they want the item to look. So if you want this to disappear, then the programmer's job is to add that in. Or for the dragon, if you want the wings to flap or the tail to wag, or if you want this guy to shoot, you know, the Skullbot to shoot in a specific manner, that's the programmer's job. So your job is specifically, nose. Anyway, your job is specifically to make the character look the way you want it to make. Character Studio attachments. I want to add a little more to the arm blade so it's not so basic. So now I'll be adding design. So I'll just add a coin, I guess. Right hand, if I can make it small enough. Yes, I can. I can make it as small as I want it to be. Now, properties, appearance. I'll be making this gray. La 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 la. Okay. And now, this has a brain, so you... Wait. Oh. I'm in the wrong thing. Coin. To edit its brain, I believe I need to do this. Brain. Destroyed brain. Properties. Physics. Oops, collidable off. And character. Oh yes, and something to know that some things you don't have to change the physics of due to their placement, so you won't have to worry about it. This I'm just changing just in case because the character will be punching, so I don't want that to mess up anything. So that's good. So for example, for that other thing, like the Skullbots thing, like these little pegs here at the back don't need their physics changed unless you want them to, because it's highly unlikely that we'll be bumping into anyone. Now just add a little more to the character. So arm blade to make it a little special. Special. That's how you say it nowadays. Special. Anyway, what to add? Kind of want to add things to the side of it to make it a little more interesting. So I will add I have no idea what I'm going to add. This is where you get to this most specialist part of making character. It's called brainstorming, where you brainstorm. Self-explanatory, which is the best part about it. Now, I guess I'll, oh no, I'll add this. Right hand. Well, if I can make it small enough. Whoops. Yep, I can make it small enough. Properties, appearance. Darker. 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 Now the physics on this I'll want to change. Hold on. Properties, physics, collidable off, physics, character. Because this has more of a chance of actually bumping into the character. Now I just want this to kind of outline the, oh! Got a fly in my hand. Sorry. fly freaked me out, as you can tell. I want this to outline the weapon a little bit. So, la-dee-dee. Oh yes, and sometimes these oddly shaped things are hard to rotate well, depending on the angle of what it is. You know, it's like you can't always tell where the which axis is going to be, because you know it's anchored to a certain position of the object. So that's about good. That's good. Here's the assassin. I could always add more to him to make him look more appealing or something like that. But this is the assassin. Though something else I wanted to tell you that I forgot to on edit, character studio, character. You can change his hair and everything. Hair doesn't matter when you have a hood. You can change his mustache, so you can add something like that, but that doesn't matter. Or beard. Beard might matter. For this character, I'll just add this beard. Now the body, you can change the skin tone. So I can make him like this to make it look like his face is completely shadowed or something like that. Of course, I'd have to change the lips or something. Or I can make him look like he's pale as a ghost. I forgot, albino, that's what it's called. But, you know, I won't be changing that. Oh yeah, so when you change the skin, it also changed the undergarments, the short straps, if the character was not wearing the clothing that is preset. So, this is the assassin. An important thing I always do is always set down as the sign and have it say who it is, because this is a display for people to save the assemblies. Whoops. Assassin. I made another assassin, so this will be Assassin 2. And when you go to him, it will say Assassin 2. And I'll rest it here. Oh yes, something that I will teach now, which is very important for character designers. You want to go to multi-edit, select the actual character, not something on the side of him. Hold on, it's saving. Not something on the side of him. You don't want to select one of these things. You want to select him, because then it will take him and everything attached to him. Hold left bumper and go to press A when you're on the Xbox One and save the assembly, because then this will do it. Screenshot will just be this, which I guess I don't want the other guy in the background, so I'll just put it like this. So you don't ever do save as or anything until you're done with this. As a tag, I'll put, so when I'm searching for him, I'll have human, another tag. If they have an assassin tag, I'll add assassin. No they don't, but I'll also add enemy, just in case. Now, description, you don't have to add in a description, but I'll just say Assassin 2 for lesson. Okay, so that's his description. As you can see on the left, under the picture, it says it. You want to name him, or it will just be saved as Kiss of Death's assembly, you know, for me, because that's my assembly. You will name him Assassin 2, and then always, just to be safe, I will do save as, and then it will be, you know, the name Assassin 2, and then I'll save the assembly, and then the assembly I can place down whenever I want. So when you go into a game when people are giving away assemblies or something like that, or just when you want to use somebody else's assembly, you should always, when editing, do the save assembly thing, and then when you want to place it down, oops, you will go, you know, press up on the D-pad to go into the thing. You're going to go to these two gears thing. And see, this is my first assassin, which I made like a year ago, so he's basic. Like, that's just how he looks. But anyway, you are going to want to do the second assassin. Which, as you can see, he's the same size. And yeah, and then you can place him down and use him in other games. I can't make him smaller. As you can see, when I try to make him smaller, the thing goes gray, and for whatever reason, it's wigging out totally. It's probably just my game. I can make him bigger, but it could possibly add error to the things. See, it added an error to the shield, so you don't always want to make it bigger. I said delete. Okay, get out of here. And now something to test is bring gallery. I'll just find tag enemy. Oh yeah, I made other enemies there. I'll just add in the enemy brain to make sure nothing goes wrong with the fighting. If something goes wrong, I won't be fixing it now because this video's gone on for long enough. But I will be trying to fix it later, I guess. And now for this, I'll be playing as the Eye, which is another character in a different Free Characters game. Free Characters. This is Free Characters DLC, which means you need the downloadable content in the game to use these characters. This character isn't Free Characters because it has no DLC. So you can see this guy's trying to attack me. Let's see, punch me. Woo! It works. As you can see, I didn't go flying. So, the attachments are done correctly. So I will test again as because I wasn't able to hit back. I was play as the duck. This duck, I forgot to change the collidable thing, so I could possibly send him flying, which... Hold on, let me see. Oh no, it's not... Oh, maybe I did change it. But anyway. So you can see, he's attacking with his arm blade and everything. It's just doing the basic punch, but it is not sending me flying. I attack him, and he falls back, and these attachments in particular are working very well. And now he's gone. It takes everything with him. Just want to kill that pumpkin thing just for the heck of it because I'm cruel. And now, the best part, to swim off as the duck into the sunset. His attachments are a bit wonky, but that's because he's one of my earlier designs. Now I will swim off into the sunset, if there was a sunset, so I guess I'll swim off into the giant ray of light that nobody's questioning. Off into the world! Okay. Now, oh yes, in this game it's important to know that I do not have a respawn feature, so never ever die in this game, or you'll just have to restart it. So that's it for the lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will now exit and save because, oh wait, first, before I do that, I already have the other assassin there, so I can delete this one. I could do save, I just do this save and exit, and then save. This one I will save and, oh actually no, I'm working on another character, so I won't share this one yet. So, well, what the heck, I'll save and share this one. Just don't use the pumpkin monster if you go to this, because the pumpkin monster could still have problems. So I will save and share. And now it will be going up. I will update it. Visible. Now it is sending to the Project Spark a database. I apologize if there was any lag or something, or if I put this on YouTube if my mic does not come through. If it doesn't, I will try to explain everything I can again. Okay, so now it is So that's it for the lesson. This lesson was for Crazy Cat 1995, which was my first this now, but since you're in Vietnam, there have been some hold on. Since you're in Vietnam, there have been some problems with connection, so it could be lagging very badly. Oh, by the way, this guy, Danny Boy here, he is a Hive member, and so is Stephen Yu, who gets Team Dakota featured games. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. So anyway, oh yes, but I just want to show you this. See those characters there? Those are obviously characters that were modeled, and made and put into this. So, which use the same sort of principles. So I will be ending the broadcast. So voila, everyone. Sorry. I hope this was a good broadcast for you all. This was for Crazy Cat 1995. See yas later.